The Tony Hawk Pro Skater series is one that has had a fairly decent amount of ups and downs since its inception. It had an incredibly strong start with the first few games, as each one seemed to innovate a little more than the last. The later years and entries haven't had the best time though. However, after a bit of a long absence from video games, a remaster of the first two games was announced earlier this year. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is here and manages to capture all of the style and enjoyment of the first two games fantastically. When booting up the game, it isn't long before you're greeted by a montage featuring a host of different pro skaters, all of which are playable in the game. I was immediately filled with such excitement seeing the names of the pros I grew up with. Rodney Mullen, Steve Caballero, Ellis Estima, to name but a few. There are also some new and younger pros on the roster who have been featured on later games in the franchise. You won't have the option to select which game to play when it initially loads up, as you'll be greeted by a tutorial which goes over all the moves available in your repertoire. This is a great starting point as it introduces newcomers to the controls, while it can be a good refresher course for series veterans. It's all optional though, so you can go ahead and skip the tutorial to jump right into one of the games. Once you're ready to jump in, you visit the Skate Tours menu, which gives you the option of starting on the career mode in a particular game or to hop into free skate. Not only that, but everything such as your skater, their stats and board can be customized from this menu. In addition to that, you can choose a specific course. It's quite a welcomed experience, and switching over from one game to another is just so seamless and doesn't actually require you to close the application to do so. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater's loop is pretty much like it was in the original game. You're given 2 minutes to accomplish a number of tasks. They range from finding a collection of items to achieving a given high score. It gave me such nostalgia to visit the various locations such as the warehouse or the mall and tick off the tasks one by one. When it comes to the gameplay, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 shines. Vicarious Visions have managed to capture the essence of what made the first two games so great, but at the same time have tweaked it to make the whole experience feel a lot tighter. The controls feel more responsive and maybe moves even feel slightly easier to pull off. Don't get me wrong though, building up big combos still takes a lot of practice, but it feels like it flows so much better. The game also features some progression in the form of challenges. Almost every big move you land or combo you pull off counts towards your progression. Completing challenges nets you in-game currency, which you can then use to purchase new decks or just to customize your skater. These happen almost spontaneously as you're playing, but you can also have a look at which challenges are available and specifically tackle each one. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, while an amazing remaster, isn't without a few faults. They aren't massive, but they're worth mentioning all the same. The first is the Creator Skater mode, a staple of the series. In the past, the creator gave you a fair amount of freedom just to go wild with your creations. However, this time it's a little tame, really only giving you some presets to adjust here and there. The second issue is the game's camera. It takes some getting used to, but even after using it for a while, it tends to be quite hard to control. More often than not, you'll be so busy fighting with it that you'll end up bailing. Visually, the games look fantastic. Each map has been brilliantly recreated to be brought up to modern visual standards. And not only that, but items that form part of your objectives are presented with a neon glow, which make them a little easier to find in the environment. The character models of the various skaters are also top-notch. The audio, at least for me, has always played a big role in the Tony Hawk series. While the sound effects of grinding a rail or launching off a vert sound superb, I have fond memories of the music that was featured in these games. I was so happy to see that a big part of the soundtracks have remained intact, since they played a big role in shaping my taste in music when I originally played them. Listening to Goldfinger's Superman as you roll into the warehouse is a memory that always stuck with me. There's a great blend of genres on offer, ranging from punk to hip-hop. There's even a little metal sprinkled in the mix. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is an incredibly good remaster. It captures all the features of the original titles and then some. Sure, the camera can be a bit troublesome and the Creator Skater mode is a bit lacking, but these are small issues in an amazing game. It's a perfect entry for those who have never played a single game from the series and for veterans who have played the majority of the series. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is a fantastic remaster and one that is sure to revitalize the series. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you got your hands on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, please let me know what you thought of the game in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.